Good day, I'm Theodore Henry, and this is your JIS News for Thursday, October 26, 2023. Government is considering a more targeted approach to address the root causes of crime and violence. Prime Minister Andrew Holness says the policy thinking is to have a specialized division to confront the issues. He was chairing a meeting of the National Partnership Council on Wednesday.
We're literally going to have to set up a ministry separate from the Ministry of National Security to manage social interventions, to treat with violence in intimate partner situations, in domestic situations, to support the development of the family and support, it's almost as if we're going to have a parallel army of social workers who are tasked to intervene and support families from the earliest stages.
Mr. Holness says once the report from the National Violence Commission is received, it will be reviewed and actioned in this direction. In addition, the Prime Minister says the police force will put into action skill sets from an ongoing program that includes intelligence gathering, investigations, training, and standard setting. He lamented that while incidents of shooting are down, the number of persons being killed in these incidents are increasing.
So a lot of study has to go on behind the scenes on that. It could be that the criminals are using more automatic weapons or more lethal guns. It could be that they have changed their ways and are looking to kill more people, which is not an impossibility. So we're paying close attention to that. But it does tell us that we now have to shift our focus to deal with this issue of violence frontally.
Jamaica is to enhance its capacity for tracking cancer data to guide policy development for more comprehensive cancer prevention and control. This will be done through the use of the District Health Information Software version 2, JIS. Jamaica will be the first country in the Caribbean and second in the world to use the Health Information Management Platform to enable population-wide reporting on cancer burden by the National Cancer Registry of Jamaica. The use of this groundbreaking software is made possible through the award of a grant from the Bloomberg Philanthropist Data for Health D4H Initiative's Global Grants Program. The grant was secured for a project launched on Tuesday by the Ministry of Health in collaboration with the Caribbean Public Health Agency, CARPHA. The project will involve the installation, customization, and use of an oncology module using the Health Information Management Platform. It is expected to improve cancer control through the improved availability of national data that can be used by the ministry to guide cancer prevention and control strategies locally. In the April 2023 publication of Jamaica's Vitals, the NCD edition, cancer is shown to be the leading cause of death in the island. It accounted for 23.7% of deaths caused by non-communicable disease and 18.9% of all deaths in 2020. There were an estimated 7,348 new cancer cases and 4,746 cancer deaths in 2020. In other health news, the ministry has added 5 new conditions to the existing categories of illnesses, as well as new medications for which Jamaicans can receive healthcare subsidy under the NHF Card Benefits Program. On Tuesday, Health and Wellness Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton announced an estimated $450 million in additional subsidies that will benefit approximately 47,000 Jamaicans.
The NHF card will therefore see increased subsidies for the treatment of colorectal cancer, lung cancer, multiple myeloma, Parkinson's disease, and thyroid disease. In addition to these 5 additional conditions, we will see 10 new active pharmaceutical ingredients, APIs, become available to the NHF program for the treatment of the disease. In other words, you will see new drugs coming on stream and being available to those persons for treatment.
These new benefits took effect on October 24. The National Health Fund provides benefits and subsidies for Jamaican residents enrolled for medication to treat with 17 chronic diseases and for medical supplies and devices, as well as diagnostic tests. Approximately 350,000 Jamaicans actively rely on this program for care. The Transport Authority is following through on its zero-tolerance policy for the overcharging of fares on public passenger vehicles. To date, 63 PPV operators have been charged for the offense. Managing Director of the Transport Authority, Ralston Smith, made the disclosure as he addressed a press conference at the Ministry of Transport on Tuesday. He says the authority has executed more than 90 operations since a 19% fare increase took effect on October 15.
And we have made up 142 prosecutions in total. We will not allow any operators for greed or any other motive to exploit the commuting public.
Mr. Smith says 165 complaints have been submitted to the Transport Authority's newly established database. To date, 145 have been resolved, while the remaining complaints are under investigation. Transport Minister Darrell Vaz says this is a process the government is committed to maintaining, but it also requires the public to report these instances of overcharging.
This is something that's going to be sustained, and there is a handful of them in every community, every route, and the more people take them and pay the higher fare, is the more it's ingrained. The more they resist, is the more they're going to be forced to pull back. There can only be one fare, and that is a fare regulated by the Transport Authority. Can't have two fare or three fare.
And finally, the Bureau of Gender Affairs, BGA, is carrying out a series of no excuse for abuse community chats in areas that are experiencing various forms of domestic violence. The public education campaign involves the distribution of flyers and talks with residents. The aim is to highlight the importance of reporting and seeking help. Social worker at the BGA, Lorian Scarlett, tells JIS News that the walkthrough is to facilitate access to resources and look at social issues that are impacting men, women, boys and girls.
In which we're going to go about sensitizing and creating awareness to the public about domestic violence particularly. So we'll be looking at various issues or various types of domestic violence, which includes sexual, physical, emotional and financial abuse.
The Bureau was in the Papine area last week and shared information on what to do if someone is being abused, as well as signs and where to go for help. Persons who are experiencing or know of violent relationships can contact the BGA's No Excuse for Abuse helpline or text at 876-553-0372 for females or 876-533-0387 for males. The No Excuse for Abuse program is held in collaboration with the police, the Victim Services Division of the Child Protection and Family Services Agency, and other social agencies. And that's it for News Today. I'm Theodore Henry. Thanks for watching.